Hey everybody, Tim here with special co-host Little Bear. With tonight's episode of Star Trek, we got Season 3, Episode 20, Tin Man, which right off the bat, I believe this is now the third reference to Wizard of Oz. I don't know why that's stuck in my brain, but it is. Because both instances before this have been about Data. There's the one where Tasha Yar dies, and then the one where the guy switches bodies with Data. Whereas now it's all about this alien entity, this ancient being that they believe is the last of their kind. So it's in the neutral zone, and a betazoid, I don't think they say it, but I think it's implied that he's full-blooded betazoid, comes aboard the Enterprise to try to get to this species, this alien, who's kind of right next to a sun that's about to explode. Well, they're going to the ship, this alien life form, and Romulans are trying to beat us there. So once again, we're seeing Romulans more and more and more in this series. It's kind of interesting. Tam Elron is the name of the Betazoid. Troy talks about how on the planet Betazoid, when she was studying psychology, he was a patient there. So when Beta Zeds are growing up, they're not just born telepathic, or they don't get that empathy that we know of them. And when they get to a certain age, it basically turns on. Whereas Tam Elron was kind of the exception. He was born with that ability to read minds. And Troy says, for most people, it basically just drives them insane because you're hearing all of these voices at such a young age and you can't really comprehend what you're hearing. So it's kind of interesting. And we kind of get that from the character. Every time he interacts with people, he's super awkward. Anytime Picard tries to talk, he just finishes his sentences because he's always in a hurry to get to the end. Which, to kind of backtrack a little bit, when Tam comes aboard, they intercept with the Hood, which I thought was kind of interesting because if you go back a couple of episodes to Allegiance, when Picard was supposed to rendezvous with the Hood, but then he gets replaced with the replicant and they detour. Now it's 2 episodes later or so, and they do finally rendezvous with the Hood for a completely different reason, and they act like it's just the first time. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I think the Hood was the one where Riker was supposed to be captain, but too many things. So they finally get to this alien species. It's the last of its kind, and it's at the sun so it can die because it wants to finally just be put out of its own misery. So Tam Elron and Data go aboard it, and instantly the first thing I thought of was Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, because it's Gontu is what they kind of refer to the alien as, is its species. And I swear to God, there's whales in the background. You can just kind of hear them singing. So I don't know if that was just kind of an accident or maybe they just needed something for background noise. But it's just kind of interesting. If you saw the live video I did with other mod Joshua, we kind of talk about the whales and why are there whales in Star Trek? Why is it so important? I don't know. Maybe this is part of that branching, trying to explain it further. So if you guys have seen this one, what do you guys think about the Betazoids? I loved Waxana, and Troy's interesting. I think this is now the 4th one we've seen, and they're slowly getting more developed. So if you guys have seen this one, what do you guys think about Betazoids? Do you think they're just kind of a cop-out? Do you think they're an interesting species that we should see more of? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys for probably one of my favorite episodes, Hollow Pursuits.